field and score on the opening drive. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback in his 13th NFL season now. It's Matthew Stafford.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw some.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. Running with Elliott. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now Elliott. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move. Closer, it's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a hard-fought battle to this point. 7-0 is the score, with neither offense really able to get on track. But let's not waste any time. We'll get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the second half.
The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second and 9. Prescott off play action. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
To throw is Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Van Jefferson there to make the grab. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is Tony Pollard. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. From the 31, Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
First down throw for Prescott. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So Dak and the Cowboys down 14-7, 2:13 remaining. They'll have 2 timeouts and, of course, also the 2-minute warning as they go to work on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Dak. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's Prescott.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Prescott.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. A'Shawn Robinson. Too much to handle that time. Gets the sack. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Now Dak.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. There he goes.